just to say the least.
And by this time, 3 times over, Triple Crown champion in All Japan. He had just come off a nearly 2-year reign as the GHC champion. We're going to take it to Bobby Cruz for our introductions in one of Bobby's most memorable matches.
I want a close-up of Bobby Cruz.
Joe was ready for this one. This was a test to get him to that next level.
Joe is ready, and the Ring of Honor crowd believes in Joe. He has earned their respect as a hard-hitting man. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's the love. That's the love we remember right there.
Incredible. And fans, I want to point one thing out. If you've never seen this match before, watch the crowd. There's veteran photographer Mary-Kate Anthony on the outside. As this match goes on, the crowd doesn't sit down for Priest. They know they're about to see something special.
With anticipation, the name of the game. You have somebody, at this time, Samoa Joe's probably been wrestling 6-7 years, has a great name for himself, and you wonder, it's almost like taking a young star, putting him up against Michael Jordan that has a lot of promise. And you see it in real life because Kobashi is still in great condition.
As we see, looking for the Code of Honor. Code of Honor adhered to, and we are off. Now, fans, every once in a while, you will see, as the bell is rung by Todd Sinclair, every once in a while, you'll get a glimpse into the balcony of the New Yorker Hotel. I want you to keep your eyes open because this was a locker room sellout. Also on this card, oh! There you see the balcony I'm talking about. Also on this card, Nigel McGuinness versus Jay Lethal. Both of those men tried their best not to be seen, but were watching from the balcony. Former ROH World Television Champion Rhett Titus is very visible at one point. So this was a match that not only were the fans anticipating, but everyone on the Ring of Honor card that night, including Homicide, Roderick Strong, the late great Jimmy Rave, were trying to get a glimpse of this match. Christopher Daniels. Whoa!
Yeah, 2 hard-hitting guys. If I could bring this today, it would almost be something like Mike Tyson versus George Foreman. Samoa Joe being a young Mike Tyson and Kenta being a George Foreman.
Yeah, Kobashi. And the collar and elbow tie-up. I want to draw attention to the knees of Kenta Kobashi. Very famously, he had defeated Misawa. God, had defeated Misawa for that GHC championship, but did so with 3 layers of tape on the knees. And this feeling out process now goes to the Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
So impressive here. Is the crowd impressed with Joe standing toe-to-toe with this legend? You can hear the crowd. You can almost feel it, Riccaboni.
Wow! Northern Lights. Shoulder tackle, sending Kobashi down. And maybe caught off guard. Wait a minute, Joe going to the outside. Big baseball slide.
Joe's not finished. Joe's not finished.
Off the ropes. It's Samoa Joe!
It's one thing for people to think you're tough. It's another thing to prove it. These are the matches that made Samoa Joe who he is.
This match vital to the legacy and DNA of both Samoa Joe and Ring of Honor. That dive to the outside was shown for years in video montages. And And there's Jay Lethal right there on the outside. At this point, he was actually seconding Samoa Joe as a younger wrestler training under Joe. Cover 2.
Joe's protege.
Absolutely. He had faced Nigel McGuinness earlier in the night for the Pure Championship. Prince Nana is visible at one point during this match as well for the Kenta fans.
Just to let you know who Kenta Kobashi is, man. He trained with likes of the Road Warriors. Same workout regimen.
Dr. Death cover 2.
Yeah, Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Come on, Rick Abani. That's why I love you, man.
Like I said, if we were to elucidate on the accomplishments of either men, we might be here for an additional hour or 2.
Kobashi has the win over Terry Gordy. Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
And his legacy extended well into the 2000s after defeating cancer. Shortly after this match, oh, look at this nice Eastern stretch style move here. Shortly after this bout, diagnosed with cancer, defeated cancer, came back stronger than ever. Now goes to the ropes. Both men still doing quite well. Kenta Kobashi enjoying retirement in 2024, as we call this. Joe at the top of his game, former AEW World Champion.
AEW World Champion and movie star.
Yes. Wow. Kobashi just absorbing those chops, and that's that All Japan background that we talked about.
Yeah, that's the real strong style right here. When you're chopping somebody and it's waking them up, Kobashi waking up, Samoa Joe not relenting, but listen to this. Yeah.
That pop. And this is King's Road that Kenta Kobashi's going down right now. Wow, the sweat.
You can see the sweat pouring off, exploding off the chest of Samoa Joe.
Oh!
Yeah.
The thunder cracked on the skull of Kobashi.
They're looking Samoa Joe's eyes as a confidence that is boiling up when you realize you're as bad as you think you are.
And sometimes that's scary to look in the mirror and have that realization when you have that burst of confidence.
Sometimes confidence is what you need, especially in the eyes of danger.
Oh, Kobashi, look at this! Big time chops across the chest. Oh, Joe retaliating those football punts. Whoa!
My goodness!
Wow! Driving the knees through the skull. And this has just been such an evenly fought war at this point. Joe emptying out what he had left. And this is what it's all about.
Kenta realizing he's in a real fight. Oh!
And Lethal looking on to the outside as Joe drives the knee. It's amazing to think where Jay Lethal's career would go. Most days ever total as world champion.
Kobashi going to the outside, trying to get some breath, but Samoa not letting it happen.
And Joe, this is where things get violent.
Yeah.
For those watching for the first time. Kenta Kobashi in the corner. The New Yorker on their feet. The Ring of Honor locker room in the balcony. Oh!
God. Breaking the barricade. Rick Abani, are you up in the balcony?
Caprice, I sadly turned down a ticket. One of my first ever cable TV appearances aired this night. I went back to my dorm at NYU. I tried to impress some of the folks I was living with. It did not work. And sadly, I should have just came to this amazing match.
I could have went without knowing that. Come on, Joe.
One of my biggest regrets I've ever had. Look at Joe. Oh! Big chop there. Wow.
Tell you what, man, it's the armor, the damage in the armor of a knight that makes the knight who he is. And you can see the making of Samoa Joe. Seeing the foes that he's faced, the legends that he stood apart from.
This is like Kobe Bryant guarding Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
This is like Jaromir Jagr coming into the NHL trying to play heads up with Wayne Gretzky. They are clearly going to be legends in their own right. No one disputes that. But this is the measuring stick. The test. Oh, God.
You can see right there the respect of the legend, of the veteran, realizing how much of a fighting he's in, resorting to a DDT on the outside of the ring.
And one person I don't envy is Todd Sinclair, who has to make sense of this, try and essentially not anger the fans. The fans are there to see this match. He's had an opportunity to maybe throw this out for count out or disqualification, but he knows that he is not the focal point of this match, that the fans want to see a winner.
A riot would break out if Todd Sinclair ended the match on something like that.
And now Kobashi, who controls the pace so well, putting all of his body weight on the neck of Samoa Joe in this front face lock.
Veteran move here, trying to wear down your opponent, put your body weight on there.
And everything is so deliberate and precise and perfect from Kobashi. It's got to be going through Joe's head right now. Oh, and maybe from that burst of confidence, Caprice down to an adrenaline dump. He's got to be wondering what he got himself into.
Well, here's the deal, Rick Cabana. You got a veteran going against a young guy, and the veteran is using a game plan, and the young guy is realizing that he is being manipulated by a methodical juggernaut, someone that has a game plan and is putting it in play and it's working. No!
Wow! And how rarely does Joe leave his feet? Oh!
They say Kobashi 260 pounds. Look at this man, Rick Cabana.
Yeah. Reminiscent of his battles with Jun Akiyama. Oh! And now going for the cover. 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was the first attempt at a cover in the night, maybe a heat check.
Right back to front chin lock, wearing Joe down, front face lock.
And that's going to be important here. Cut off the blood and oxygen.
A lot of times veterans do that because they're running out of gas, and they're trying to make sure their opponents run out of gas too, especially someone that's young up and coming and has a lot of energy that's unpredictable at this moment.
And like we said, Misawa has those knees taped up pretty well. There's an account from Samoa Joe. He said publicly he asked if Kobashi would be cleared to wrestle. They took 3 layers of tape. Oh, goodness! Around the knees. You can see it after the suplex there. Kobashi writhing in pain. He hikes those tights up, Caprice, to ensure that his back is supported, especially after that international travel. Oh, God, across the collarbone. Oh!
The definition of a warrior.
And this is the moment in the match where the light bulb goes off, where Joe just has to fight. He's talked about it before, and fighting he is. He's standing toe-to-toe with a man who's already cemented a Hall of Fame career.
It's called fight or flight. Either you're going to stand there or you're going to run. Samoa Joe chooses to stand there and stand his ground until he's knocked down by the legend.
And Kobashi standing tall over a fallen Samoa Joe. Cover. 2. Oh, how many times has Joe ever gone to the ropes, Caprice?
Well, this is a Joe that's only been wrestling for 7 years, Rick Cabana. It's not the same Joe we know now. The Joe we know now is the Joe that has went through people like this and became the man that he is because of matches like this.
Well, now Kobashi, with a bit of a Cobra twist. Remember, Joe came up in the New Japan dojo, training under Antonio Inoki. He's not a stranger to this move.
If we know about the dojo, this is a move that you could only use. You couldn't use any submission move. You had to use the basics. So you can see right now, Kenta going to the basics and Samoa going to the ropes.
And again, I think that speaks to just how much respect Joe has for Kobashi. Because Joe normally would try and fight out, power out, do anything he could. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Lateral press. 2.
Right there, you can see the respect that Kobashi is earning for Joe, realizing that this young man belongs in this sport and would have been a threat in the same ring in the years where Kenta was in his prime.
Look at this chin lock here. And just wrenching on the neck. Draping the leg, making the body go cross motion. I saw James Gibson peeking out, former Ring of Honor world champion. I got a glimpse of Roderick Strong, Claudio Castagnoli, Colt Cabana here tonight as well. All are here. They've emptied the locker room with enough of an eagle eye. You can find them as well. As the knee, oh goodness! That knee to the neck on the vertebrae of the spine. It's been all Kobashi right now.
These karate chops, Kobashi's known for breaking bricks, breaking boards. These aren't just regular chops. These are educated chops.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute.
What?
STO. Flurry of offense from Joe. Senton delivers.
Burst of adrenaline from Samoa Joe, and his body is now realizing you're gonna have to do all you can to stay in this. And Samoa dishing it out at will now.
Yeah, giving Kobashi a taste of his own medicine with that combination there. A combo that Junichiro Tenryu made famous, who was one of Kenta's Kobashi's last opponents before this match.
No matter how much your adrenaline is flowing, the body realizes it's still human. You can see both opponents wore out right now.
And interesting to point out how the crowd has shifted. They were firmly in the corner of Kenta Kobashi. But as Joe fires back up, they're on Joe. Oh!
What?
Buckle bomb! Buckle bomb plants Kobashi in the corner.
With a twist to it. So much love and respect. From outside the ring to the inside the ring. Listen to the crowd.
And look at this. It is Joe doing the best he can now. Both men are drained physically, emotionally. Now these face washes. Great downward strategy. Joe off the ropes, coming in. Oh!
Thank goodness. Giving all he's got. The heart of Joe at this point is undeniable. And Kobashi's feeling it as he is hoisted to the top rope.
And he's looking for the muscle buster. He's looking for the muscle buster. Samoa Joe.
Got it. Make the cover, Joe.
Hooks the leg.
Whoa.
No. Wow. And I don't know if anyone, by this point in ROH, my memory is not that sharp, and kicked out. Now look at the Kukita clutch. It is Kobashi. Oh! That heel of the boot right to the skull.
I didn't know either. I didn't want to say it, but to know that Samoa Joe kept going, kept the pressure. Kept it going. Nice transition from the bomb to the SPF.
And look at that. Kobashi trying to. The fingertips are broken. He's trying to. And Joe, he's trying to block the fingers from being locked. He's putting pressure on the inside wrist.
Joe continuing with the transitions, finding different ways to still lock this STF in, using that wrist tape as a rug burn, making it uncomfortable and painful at the same time. Now has the elbow locked around the chin.
And look at this, Kenta Kobashi, who before this had bouts with future ROH World Champion Takeshi Morishima, who was built similarly physically, who had the similar intensity as Joe. He's got to dig into those bouts. Remember what he did, baby, slip the head out, the crown of the head.
I'll tell you, the higher with this move, the higher it is in the head, the more it hurts. These transitions that Joe is getting is very frustrating to Kobashi. Imagine trying to fight out of one move that's hurting so much, and then you're slipped into another that hurts just as bad. First time Kobashi grabs the ropes. First time.
And not characteristic for Kenta Kobashi either. 2 rope breaks for Joe, 1 for Kenta Kobashi. This is not a pure match, but they stick out in our minds for how infrequent both men need to go to the ropes in their career.
Definitely uncharacteristic right here. Samoa Joe's at a place where he's going to have to jump into another level that he's never been in before, a test that he's never ascended to. And he's going to have to stay in there because his opponent is still moving, continues to rise to his feet.
And the crowd has not stopped buzzing. Oh, charges in, chop, waistlock here. Half and half. Joe on his neck, Joe on his shoulder.
Joe landed high. Todd Sinclair checking on Joe.
And the match has entered a full reset as both men need to reorient, to find their bearings, to get back in to what it was an instant classic. Jay Lethal looking on, cheering on Samoa Joe.
This war has turned to a war of attrition now. You're right, Riccaboni. Still anybody's match. Kenta up to his feet first, but barely. The knees are talking to him.
Oh! The back chop, spinning back chop. Wow!
There you go.
Machine gun chops. Whoa! And look at the welted purple chest, the broken blood vessels. Oh, the chest.
This is what you see many emulating, but never quite duplicating.
The hand size, the power, the downward force, and Kobashi keeps going. Kobashi keeps going.
The resolve Kobashi showing, the energy that's coming out, everything outlasted right there.
Oh! Double pop strike. Wow!
Samoa's a sitting duck, exhausted in the corner.
And this match taped before HD, but you can see those loud and clear. The bruising already at the collarbone, the pectorals, the shoulder.
You're right, Riccaboni. Just imagine if this was taped HD, how much we would be seeing. Because we're seeing so much now.
Oh, look at that half and half. He got it.
Joe's fading. Joe's fading.
Cover, two. Wow.
It's the ring positioning. Knowing where you are that has saved Joe in this match so far. But you can see now, this level that Joe is in. His mind is willing, but his body is weak.
And Kobashi with Joe back to his feet. Joe trying to fire back up. Adrenaline flowing, sleeper. Sleeper.
Kobashi right back to the heart of it. Working on the conditioning, working on the oxygen, wearing down the young man. And Riccaboni, you can see it's working. The investments that Kobashi has made is working now on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is fading.
Oh! And a Cobra clutch suplex.
That's gotta be enough.
Two. Wow! Wow!
What must I do to put this man away? Is what's going on in the mind of Kenta Kobashi right now.
If Joe has a pulse, if Joe's blood's flowing, he is still in this match. Showing that right here. Joe back to his feet. Open hands across the face of Kobashi. Blocked. Oh! Again! Kobashi plants Joe with a third.
Every one of them landed. Kobashi taking off.
Oh!
That's a knockout blow, Riccaboni.
Two, burning lariat does it. And fans, if you ever needed a reminder of why Ring of Honor exists, of why it is special to so many of us, This match was the gateway to many of our fandoms, many of our involvements, many of our first memories of Ring of Honor.
I feel like so many fans have been misinformed about what Ring of Honor is, as if some people were doing us a favor by keeping us alive. But this is history. This is what the heart of wrestling was made from. This is American strong style.
And for over 22 years, the best wrestling on the planet has survived, thrived, and continues to grow under the Ring of Honor name.
That's honor right there. That's respect earned.
This match, make no mistake about it, Joe had already had the longest reign in Ring of Honor history. This match put Samoa Joe on a Hall of Fame path, cemented his credentials, took him to the next level. It should come as no surprise. Jay Lethal on the outside would go on to win the Pure Championship in short order, become a Ring of Honor World Champion twice over. And for a man who had no idea how the New Yorker would react, who had no idea if the New Yorker would know who he was, Kenta Kobashi, a Hall of Famer of the highest order, stands tall in the center of the ring. Code of Honor adhered to as both men depart, and perhaps the greatest match in Ring of Honor history, greatest singles match, and maybe the greatest singles match in professional wrestling history.
Think about it, Riccaboni. If you have Honor Club, you have access to all of these matches. The history that has made Ring of Honor what it is today. And what an honor it is to call a match beside you with this much history that must say was a match of the year, 5-star match, and a match of decades to some.
Well, I'm just glad I got to see it this time, Caprice, because I made a big mistake in 2005 not going to the New Yorker Hotel. It's been a pleasure to call it with you as well. Joe and Jay Lethal. What a match, what a moment, what memories. Still more memories to be made here in ROH.